Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're embarking on a journey into, well, something fundamental, the profound power of our words.
It really is fundamental, isn't it? It affects everything.
Absolutely. We're drawing our insights from the source document, How to Talk Like a Leader by Audiobooks for Success. And our mission for you, our listener, is really to distill the most practical, transformative wisdom from this guide.
Helping you unlock that potential for influence just through communication.
Exactly. This deep dive is truly about understanding that your voice isn't just for conveying information, it's actually a powerful tool for shaping realities.
Mm.
We're going to explore why words hold such immense power and, crucially, how you can intentionally harness that power in your daily life, regardless of your formal role or title. Let's start unpacking this.
What's immediately striking right from the get-go in this source is its core assertion. True leadership isn't really about the position you hold.
Right, not the fancy title.
Not the title, not the corner office, but your ability to influence. And the foundational tool for that influence, it's our voice.
Yeah.
The document illustrates this by showing how a single, well-crafted speech can, rally a nation or launch an entirely new industry.
Wow.
While on the flip side, thoughtless words can utterly erode trust and collaboration. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If our words carry such immense weight, how deliberately are we truly choosing and using them?
That's a powerful thought right from the start. It kind of shifts the whole paradigm of what leadership even means.
It does.
And the source reinforces this with these incredible historical examples. You've got Martin Luther King Jr., who didn't just speak. He painted this vivid, undeniable future.
You could see it in his words.
Or Nelson Mandela, who, through reconciliation and just carefully chosen words, helped heal a deeply fractured nation.
Such power in language there.
And think about Steve Jobs. He didn't just unveil the iPhone talking about, features and specs.
Right.
He talked about changing the world. It was about the impact, not just the product.
That's a key distinction. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it means you don't need a CEO title or a podium to talk like a leader.
That's the encouraging part.
It is. The good news, as the source repeatedly emphasizes, is that these principles are universal. They apply whether you're speaking to your kids, collaborating with colleagues, addressing your community.
Right where you are.
Exactly. It's about building trust, inspiring action, and guiding others in your everyday interactions.
Okay, so we've established words as these tools of influence, but how do we actually hone those tools? The source's first core principle, clarity over complexity. That feels like the bedrock skill, doesn't it?
It really does. It's foundational.
It's so easy to get lost in jargon or just, over-explain things.
Oh, absolutely. And this chapter makes a critical point.
Yeah.
A leader's primary job isn't to impress people with a big vocabulary or, convoluted sentences.
Right.
It's to ensure their message is understood, remembered, and, crucially, acted upon. True wisdom, the source argues, lies in the ability to simplify the complicated.
To distill the essence.
Precisely. To take a complex idea and just strip away everything non-essential. It's a real challenge sometimes.
They use Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address as the classic example.
Ah, yes.
Barely 270 words, delivered in just over 2 minutes. Yet it's one of the most powerful, enduring speeches ever.
And why? Because of that profound simplicity. It makes it unforgettable.
And from this, the source pulls out this idea, the rule of one sentence.
Yes. And this rule, it's more than just a catchy phrase. It's actually a rigorous discipline.
Okay.
It forces you to distill every important message, every core idea, into one single, crystal clear sentence.
That sounds tough.
It can be. The source gives a great contrast. Instead of saying, our mission is to engage in proactive strategies that enhance workflow efficiency to maximize stakeholder satisfaction.
Like chuckle.
Yeah, the corporate speak.
Exactly. A leader would just say, our mission is to make life easier for our customers. See the difference?
Huge difference. One's forgettable jargon, the other's a clear purpose. Right. It respects the audience's time and, frankly, their brain power. It makes you think, doesn't it? How often do we unconsciously overcomplicate things, even when we mean well?
Definitely something to reflect on. Okay, so following clarity, the source dives into the importance of confidence in your tone.
Ah, yes.
The how.
You can deliver the most brilliant idea, but if your voice wavers or sounds unsure, it's just really hard for people to buy in, isn't it?
Incredibly difficult. It undermines the message. It's less about the exact words you choose sometimes and more about the conviction behind them. Think about Winston Churchill during, the darkest days of World War II.
Yeah.
Britain was under constant attack, yet his voice, it was unwavering. It carried this sense of just indomitable steel. We shall never surrender.
Powerful.
And what's fascinating here is that confidence isn't about being loud or aggressive. It's about radiating calm authority.
Calm authority. Like
Yeah.
that. It's a steady, resonant tone that communicates, I know where we're going and I'll guide us there. The source suggests practical things too, like focusing on your breath to stabilize your voice, good posture.
Simple things, but effective. And they offer that really practical tip. Record yourself. Give a 1-minute speech on anything.
Yeah, that's a great exercise.
Play it back. Do you sound rushed? Uncertain? Maybe a bit monotone? Practice slowing down, using those intentional pauses, letting each word really land.
It's immediate feedback.
It really is. And this connects right back to you, the listener. Just observe the difference in your own voice when you're feeling nervous versus when you're genuinely confident. The contrast can be, well, incredibly illuminating.
That exercise, listening to yourself, really highlights the how of communication. But the source quickly reminds us that how you say it is only part of the equation.
Right.
What you're inspiring is equally critical. And that leads us straight into the power of painting a vision. Leaders don't just give instructions, they create compelling futures.
Absolutely. People work incredibly hard. They overcome huge obstacles, not just because they're told to, but because they believe they're part of something bigger than themselves. You mentioned JFK earlier. He didn't just say, we need to beat the Soviets in the space race by building better rockets.
No, it wasn't about the competition in that sense.
He said, we choose to go to the moon, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. That bold, evocative vision just motivated an entire generation. It went way beyond the technical detail.
It gave purpose. So the practical takeaway is, next time you give an instruction or assign a task, try connecting it to that bigger picture.
Give the why.
Exactly. Instead of just, please submit the report by Friday, maybe try, please submit the report by Friday so we can make informed decisions that will, enable us to move forward as a team and hit our collective goals.
Okay.
What stands out there is how a simple explanation of purpose can transform a mundane task into something meaningful.
A mission, almost.
Yeah, it sparks that sense of shared contribution.
It really makes you consider, what's the last time you really explained why something mattered, beyond just what needed to be done?
Good question for all of us. Moving on, another critical aspect the source really emphasizes is empathy in communication.
Empathy, okay.
And the document makes a bold, but I think crucial statement. Leadership without empathy quickly devolves into dictatorship.
Wow, strong words, but true, isn't it?
I think so. When people feel that you fundamentally don't get their perspective or their challenges,
They put up walls.
naturally, they resist. But when they feel genuinely heard, valued, understood, that resistance often just melts away. It gets replaced by loyalty, a willingness to follow. Think of Mother Teresa. Her immense influence came from that unwavering foundation of compassion.
Understanding the other person's reality.
Yes. And this reminds us of the importance of just pausing, acknowledging the human element before delivering a directive. Before you tell someone what to do, maybe ask yourself, how might they be feeling right now? What pressures are they under?
Taking that extra second.
Exactly. Even a small, genuine phrase like, I know this is a tough ask, but I truly believe in your ability to pull this off. That can utterly transform potential resistance into sincere commitment.
Because it shows you see them, not just the task.
Precisely. You're acknowledging their effort, their situation.
So another moment for self-reflection. How often do you truly actively listen just to understand before you even start formulating your response? It's harder than it sounds.
It really is an active skill. Okay, so from empathy, the source shifts to the idea of authority without arrogance.
Ooh, that's a fine line.
It is a subtle but absolutely vital distinction. Arrogance, the document asserts, is sort of the silent killer of true leadership.
Why is that?
Well, people might obey you out of fear or because of your position, sure, but they will never give you their full hearts, their best effort, if they sense arrogance. True leaders inspire both deep respect and genuine admiration.
Like Mahatma Gandhi, for instance.
Perfect example.
He led millions without ever raising his voice in anger or holding any official political power. His humility, his moral authority, those were his strengths.
He didn't command, do it because I said so.
No. His message was always, here's why this matters, and here's how we can achieve it together.
Yeah.
He invited participation. He didn't demand compliance.
And the source gives us a quick, practical framework for finding this balance. Firmness, be absolutely clear about what needs doing. No ambiguity. Humility, be willing to admit when you don't have all the answers, invite input. And respect, treat every single person, every voice as valuable.
Firmness, humility, respect.
Right, it prompts that deeper question. Do people follow you because they have to or because they genuinely want to?
Food for thought. Okay, let's turn to a more practical section now, what the source calls the Leader's Speaking Toolkit.
The tools. Yes, this is where it gets very tangible.
These are concrete actions you can start using immediately.
Indeed. The toolkit lays out 5 essential, though often overlooked, tools for really impactful communication. Each one, when you use it intentionally, can significantly boost your influence.
Okay, first up, use names. Sounds incredibly simple.
Almost too simple? Maybe. But the source emphasizes it's a profoundly personal act of recognition.
How so?
Well, apparently hearing your own name activates a unique part of the brain. It instantly signals you are seen, you are acknowledged, you are important. It just personalizes the conversation and builds connection.
It's true. You do feel differently when someone uses your name, especially in a group. How often do we actually remember to do that in a busy meeting?
Exactly. Then tool number 2, cut fillers.
Ah, the dreaded ums and likes.
The ums, the likes, the you-knows, the sort-ofs. While they seem harmless, they subtly chip away at your authority. They can make you sound hesitant, unsure.
Even if you're not.
Even if you're perfectly confident in your message. The source challenges you to really pay attention to these habits. It's amazing how much more confident and articulate you sound when you just pause instead.
Let silence do some work.
Okay, third tool, ask questions.
And this isn't just about gathering information.
Right, it's more strategic.
It's a powerful tool for inclusion, for building trust. A leader doesn't just dictate, they inquire, asking, "What do you think?" or "How might we approach this?" Shows you value others' perspectives.
Fosters ownership.
Definitely. And collaborative problem solving. It shifts the whole dynamic from a monologue to a real dialogue.
Makes sense. And that leads nicely into the fourth tool, tell stories.
Yes. The source reminds us of that fundamental truth about how our brains work. People forget facts, lists, data.
But they remember stories.
We are absolutely hardwired for narrative. So instead of just presenting data or a list of tasks, frame your message within a compelling story. Maybe about a challenge overcome, a customer whose life was changed, a vision realized.
Makes it sticky. Sticky, relatable, and inspiring. It helps the message truly land and resonate emotionally.
Okay, and the final tool, number 5, and this one feels deceptively powerful. Master the pause.
Deceptively powerful is right. A well-placed pause isn't hesitation.
No, it's deliberate.
It's a deliberate act. It adds gravity to your words, creates anticipation, and it signals to your audience, pay attention, what I just said or what's coming next really matters.
Gives people a second to process.
Exactly. It lets your words breathe, sink in. It can be incredibly impactful when you want to emphasize a key point or, transition to something significant.
Wow. Okay. That's a solid toolkit.
Definitely practical stuff.
Yeah.
So as you reflect on this toolkit,
Yeah.
which of these 5 tools do you feel you already use pretty well? And maybe more importantly, which one could you commit to practicing more deliberately starting this week?
Good challenge for everyone listening. Now, beyond this practical toolkit, the source really emphasizes the vital role of emotional intelligence in leadership language. Words alone just aren't enough. Effective leaders have to sort of intuitively sense the underlying emotions in the room, understand the unspoken context.
Yeah, read the room. Because a manager might just state, we need to improve performance by 15% next quarter. Straight facts.
Right.
But if the team is already exhausted, burnt out, maybe demoralized, that message is likely to backfire. It could be met with resentment or just passive resistance.
Right, because the context is ignored.
Precisely. A leader with strong emotional intelligence, though, they'd approach it differently. They might say something like, look, I know we're incredibly stretched right now, and I really appreciate your dedication. I also know what we're truly capable of achieving together. Let's tackle this challenge by focusing on X and Y and really supporting each other through it.
Acknowledging the reality first.
Yes, because emotion drives human behavior far more than pure logic does. So tapping into shared values, acknowledging effort, inspiring that sense of collective purpose, it's absolutely crucial. Which prompts us to consider, how can you adapt your words to truly meet people where they are emotionally instead of just delivering wrong information?
That's a sophisticated skill. Now, for something the source calls the controversial truth about leadership. Sounds intriguing.
It is a powerful distinction, and it's simply this. Not everyone with a title is actually a leader.
Okay.
And conversely, not every leader holds a formal title.
Ah, I see. Leadership isn't just the org chart.
Exactly. This truth highlights that genuine leadership is something earned. It's built through consistent trust and influence, not just handed out with authority or position.
It's in the actions.
It manifests in those countless small everyday moments. How you handle conflict, how intently you listen, how you respond under pressure, how you communicate when the stakes are high. Every single conversation, the source argues, is a kind of test. And every word you utter either steadily builds or subtly erodes your credibility. It really calls for some deep self-reflection. Do you find yourself relying more on your official position or on your cultivated influence to get things done?
That's a tough question to answer, honestly.
It can be.
And building on that, the source offers this really liberating thought. You can build this kind of influence anywhere you are right now.
Yes. You don't have to be running a Fortune 500 company to be a leader.
Leadership isn't confined to the boardroom.
Not at all. The Force notes that at home, when you speak with clarity, patience, genuine intent, your children learn respect, they learn how to articulate their own thoughts. At work, when you explain ideas with vision and purpose, your colleagues get inspired, they follow your lead, regardless of your actual role on the team.
Even peer leadership.
Absolutely. In your community, when you speak with empathy and integrity, people instinctively trust you, they turn to you for guidance. Leadership, it asserts, truly begins in the everyday, in those seemingly small interactions.
So the question becomes, where in your daily life do you already have influence, maybe without even realizing it? And how can you intentionally strengthen it, one word at a time, using these principles?
It's about being intentional.
Ultimately, this deep dive emphasizes a really critical point. Talking like a leader isn't some one-time achievement you just tick off a list.
No, definitely not.
It is profoundly a lifelong practice.
Absolutely. The more conscious attention you pay to your words, how you choose them, how you deliver them, the impact they have, the stronger and more pervasive your influence becomes over time.
It compounds.
It really does. Every meeting, every presentation, every casual conversation is a fresh opportunity to refine and improve. The core advice remains simple, yet, quite challenging in practice. Speak clearly, speak confidently, speak with empathy, and speak with authority, always. Always without that hint of arrogance.
If you commit to that practice, day by day, the source suggests you will undeniably notice the shift.
You will. People will listen more intently. They'll trust you more deeply. They'll follow your lead more readily. It's a truly transformative process.
So as we start to wrap up, maybe the final challenge for you listening is, what one small, conscious change in your communication will you choose to make this week, inspired by what we've discussed today?
Just one small thing to start. And if we connect all this back to the bigger picture, the world is just a remarkably noisy place, isn't it?
Overwhelmingly so sometimes.
Millions speak, but paradoxically, very few are truly heard. And fewer still actually lead through their words. The voices that consistently rise above that din, they belong to true leaders.
Who are they?
They're the ones who bring profound clarity in confusion, who inspire genuine confidence amidst uncertainty, who demonstrate heartfelt compassion, and who cast those compelling visions of a better future.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener? It's worth remembering. Words possess immense power.
They really do.
They can build trust or destroy it with startling speed. They can inspire monumental action or completely kill motivation. Words literally have the capacity to forge leaders or to expose those who are just pretending.
And the choice, as the source unequivocally concludes, is entirely yours. Choose to speak with courage.
Choose to speak with vision.
Choose to speak with empathy. Speak like a leader, and then just watch how the world around you begins to respond.
That concludes our deep dive into how to talk like a leader. We genuinely hope these insights spark some new possibilities for how you approach every conversation, helping you unlock your own leadership potential, one intentional word at a time. Maybe think about, what's one powerful principle from today's discussion you'll consciously try to integrate into your communication this week?
Thank you for joining us on this exploration today.
And we'll see you on the next deep dive.